Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to start with our third immigration workshop that it's about Mercurio. So, what are we going to discuss today? First, we're going to talk about what Mercurio is, then the steps to follow for your renewal process. Then we're going to establish a timeline that's hopefully it's going to help you to know when to start the renewal process. And then we're going to discuss some frequent questions. If you have any questions at all, you can write them in the comment section, and well, we can assess them later. So first, let's remember some basic questions. The first time you did your TIE, it's completely different than when we're talking about a renewal. So here are some differences. The renewal has to be made online, and they're not submitted by the International Relations Office. It's you who have to do the renewal process. You're in charge of the whole process, but we can accompany you in everything you need. And also remember that after the process, after being granted an extension of your permit, you must be the one who book your fingerprint appointment. You're not gonna get it as you did on your first year, unfortunately. So, first of all, to start the renewal process, you need to have a digital certificate. We had a workshop last week about what a digital certificate is and how to get it. If you missed that, you're going to receive an email with the recording of the session, or you can always find this information at our office or in our webpage. Well, I'm assuming you have a digital certificate. You should make a backup copy of that certificate. Also, you need to know the expiration date of your TIE, and remember to start the process 60 days prior to that expiration date. And if you are not returning to Spain before those 60 days, you need to check if you need an autorización de regreso. We can talk about this later if you have any questions. We know that this process can be complex and frustrating. So we expect for you to be prompt, responsible, keep a positive attitude, and remain attentive and active. If you do this, you surely are gonna succeed renewing your TIE. So first, what's Mercurio? So Mercurio, it's an online platform. It's a platform from the government, and it allows you to renew your TIE online. It's a web page where you can upload your documents and you can fill your personal data. Well, through this channel, Extranjería reviews your documentation and notifies you when the resolution of your stay has been, whether your resolution of stay has been granted or not. And you can, when you enter Mercurio, you can see something like this. If you type Mercurio Extranjería on Google, you're gonna access to this page, and well, when you want to renew it, you have to check on this one that says solicitudes de autorizaciones de extranjería y aportación de documentos. Okay, so once you click there, you're gonna be directed to this web page, and here it tells you that that here's the web page where you can renew your authorization for staying in Spain. You click on continue, and then you start the process. So that's Mercurio, and that's how it looks like. But before entering to Mercurio, we recommend that you check that you have installed some software. First, you should check for your digital certificate that it's valid and it's installed. Remember, you don't have to renew it every year. You just have to get it once every 4 years. So I bet that all of you have it and it's valid and it's installed. Then you're gonna check if you have Autofirma, that you have the latest version of Autofirma. Also, you should have Google Chrome or Firefox updated. And iOS, your operating software, iOS, Windows updated. Bear in mind that as this is an online renewal process, all your documents have to be digitalized. So once you are preparing all your documentation, we recommend that you create a folder and that you assign a specific name for each document. So we're gonna talk about which documents you're gonna need for renewing your TIA. But let's say that the first is the passport. So you should like save the document name as first copy of my passport, John Smith, or yeah, whatever your name is. This will help Extranjería to review your documents, sorry, and also it will help you to upload them easily to the web page once you've entered the platform. Okay, so here are the documents that you're gonna need. As I told you, the first document that you're gonna need is a complete copy of the passport. Then you're gonna need the informe expediente. We're gonna explain also these documents in more detail the following slides. But well, the informe expediente, you're gonna need the informe de matrícula. You can get it from your portal UNAV. You need to show proof of economic means and of medical insurance. You need to pay a fee, and you need to show the empadronamiento. So while uploading the documents, always bear in mind that there are 7 documents. 7 is like your magic number. Once you enter the web page, you see if there are 7 documents, it's most likely that you have uploaded everything you needed. So first, complete copy of the passport. Well, even if this sounds non-rational to you, the immigration office needs to see all the pages of the passport, including the blank pages. So all your passport has to be scanned, and you need to upload that. The second one is the informe del expediente. So informe del expediente means like your grades from the last semester, or academic period, I'm sorry. And informe de matrícula means like proof that you are enrolled this year in the university. If you're having trouble accessing the informe de matrícula via UNAV, where you can enter just UNAV, Gestión Académica, and you click on Informe de Matrícula, you can get it at Oficinas Generales, at the general offices. They're located at the Edificio Central. But bear in mind that these two are different documents. Informe expediente are the grades, and Informe de Matrícula is proof that you grade from last year, and Informe de Matrícula is proof that you are in fact enrolled for the next academic period in the university. And the proof of economic means it could be either a letter or certificate from your bank stating that you have at least 600 euros in your bank account. I mean, in most cases, it's not necessary to prove that you have 7,000 euros, but well, more than 600 euros should be enough. Or a letter from your parents stating that they economically support you. You should not use you should not and you cannot use the same letter that your parents made you for getting the visa. It has to be an updated letter. And well, if you decide to go to use this option, you should also upload a photocopy of your parents' passports, and well, all the documents that can provide proof their financial means, like bank statement, payrolls, anything you can think of. Well, the 5th document you're gonna need is the medical insurance. So the medical insurance has to have a date, has to cover your medical expenses during the academic period you're trying to get the renewal approved for. Okay, and yeah, it also should state that what is covered. Not every single detail of what is covered, but it has to state that you can go to see a doctor, you can go to the emergency room, well, just the immigration office needs to know that if something happens to you, you have a health insurance that you can make use of. So the sixth document is you have to pay a fee. A tasa is a fee. Well, this is a different fee than the one you had to pay before. It's an option that reads prórroga. Prórroga means like yeah, like renewal, kind of. De la autorización de estancia por estudios, movilidad, los servicios de voluntariado. It's the option 1.3, and it costs 17.49. You have to print it, sign it, and pay it in a bank during morning hours. Well, if you scan it, you can feel the fee. If not, you can just type it in Google and you're gonna find it. So be aware that there are two different fees you have to pay in the renewal process. Remember that in your first MTA, you only had to pay one fee that was, I don't know if you remember, but well, it was only 16 euros. But in this time, you have to pay two fees. The first one is for the government to process your renewal documents. And the second one is for the government to give you your card. So the fee that you have to pay and you have to submit to Mercurio is the processing fee. And it's the fee that we have just talked about, is this one. Is the option 1.3, and it costs 17.49. The second fee you have to pay once your renewal has been approved, and you have to book a fingerprint appointment for that. If you have any questions about the fees, please let me know in the comments. And last, you're gonna need the empadronamiento. So to do the empadronamiento, well, you have to do it in three situations. If you have never registered, if you have changed your address in Pamplona, or if you have not renewed your registration in more than 2 years. For booking an empadronamiento session, it's really easy. You can just scan this QR, or you can either type empadronamiento Pamplona in Google. Then you're gonna be able to select a date where you will want your empadronamiento appointment to be. And you only need to take your passport and your lease. And with that will be enough for you to have your empadronamiento. So we have all the 7 documents. We're going to establish a timeline to see when you have to upload them. So the first thing you have to do is to obtain your digital certificate. Sorry. Okay, well, it's valid for 4 years. And also I will add to this to check that you have your computer updated, that Chrome is updated, Firefox is updated, and that Autofirma is installed. Well, then you gather all the documents necessary for the renewal, the 7 documents we just talked about. After that, you upload the documents to Mercurio. After you upload the documents, we're going to talk about how to upload the documents next, in the next slide. You are going to download the justificante de presentación. And you're gonna regularly check the status of your renewal. For doing this, you most likely will just have to check the status of your email and open a notification when it arrives. If more than 3 months or 4 months go by, I will say 4 months go by and you haven't heard anything, I recommend that you contact with us and we will tell you what you should do. Well, but if a requerimiento, that's a requirement, arrives, you have to reply to that within 10 days through Mercurio, through the same app, online platform you did the renewal. They could either ask you for a requerimiento or they can notify that your renewal is resolved. If they notify you that, you have to download the resolution, the favorable resolution, the resolución favorable, and immediately book a fingerprint appointment. You just have to type cita huellas TIE, which translates to fingerprint appointment TIE for the TIE. And you can access the web page for booking a fingerprint appointment. And you go to the fingerprint appointment with the necessary documents. And where can you find the necessary documents? At our webpage, Procedimientos de Inmigración UNAV. If you don't remember all that name, or if it's kind of difficult for you, you can also search Visa UNAV in Google, and it's the first name that appears. Well, and 1 month after your fingerprint appointment, you can go and pick up your TIE, remember, without any necessity to book an appointment. Once you lay your fingerprints, they are gonna tell you when you can go to get your TIE. Okay, so this is the summary of what I just said. You verify your digital certificate, you gather and upload documentation, you download the justificante de presentación, you wait for a resolución favorable. Once you get it, you book a fingerprint appointment, and then you go to the appointment. And I will add, then you go and get the TIE. So, what you have to do to verify if your digital certificate is still valid? You can just type in Google verificar estado certificado digital to verify if it's still valid. And you just have to click on solicitar verificación, which is request verification. And the browser will read your certificate, and it should say that it's valid and it's not revoked. Well, you can do this as an extra step. So we're gonna talk about how to upload your documentation. So remember, for accessing this web page, you just type Mercurio Extranjería on Google, and it's gonna show a page where you just click on autorizaciones de renovación or extranjería, and it will appear this page. Okay, so here you click on continuar, then you click on continuar individual, because, well, and then the system will read your digital certificate, and you click on continuar presentación. And then they're gonna ask you where are you in Spain? And you have to select Navarra. You click on presentar nueva solicitud. I know that this might sound counterintuitive, but no, it's presentar nueva solicitud, as this is a new request for the extension of your TIE. It's always a nueva solicitud. So it might be confusing, but well, it's nueva solicitud. Then you fill your personal data, and then the page is going to give you an option to upload your documents. Remember, they have to be in PDF format, and if you can, do it in less than 6 megabytes in size. If your documents doesn't have that size, you can always compress them through apps like I Love PDF or something like that. When you're uploading your documents, they're gonna ask you to classify them into a category. So as they vary through the years, what we recommend you is that you know that you need your 7 documents, the 7 documents we talked before. If the category that you are looking for doesn't exist, you should click on otros documentos que desea aportar. It means other documents you wish to submit. For instance, here you don't see any category that states that they require your grades. The informe de matrícula, no, informe del expediente. It doesn't say if informe del expediente or grades or notas or anything, but you still have to upload it. So that's when you should click otros documentos que desea aportar. Okay, and after that, if everything goes well, they're gonna ask you if you want to download something that's called a justificante de presentación, and it's proof of submission. I recommend you and I highly encourage you to download it, as it's a document that contains your provisional file number. With that provisional file number and the date of submission, you can later check if you can like the status of your renewal. So with the provisional number, you can't check your renewal status, but with the provisional number, you can know your application number and check the status of your renewal. So it looks like something like this. So you can type in Google consultar estado del expediente, which means to check how your file is doing. And you click on consultar solicitud existente. And then you should click on, this is the provisional file number is in red. You type it here, and it's you write your data, and then it says like, well, here is the provisional file number, and here in blue is the file number. With that file number, you can just search in Google Estado Expediente Extranjería, and it will show you this page. In this page, you can just write your, like the ID of your expediente, of your file. Then you write when you presented your renewal update, well, your renewal request, and when you were born. And then it will tell you how's the status of your file. Well, and what do you have to do after you submit your documents? There's nothing else you can do but wait. What you can do while you're waiting is to check regularly your email to see if a notification has come by, and if it has, please open it as soon as possible. And as it could be either a resolución favorable, which you should open and download, or a requirement that asks that it's the immigration office asking you to upload more documents, and you have maximum of 10 days to reply. So in this process, time is of the essence, remember. Well, let's say that you got a resolución favorable, that you have been granted the extension of your stay. Then you have to request a fingerprint appointment. You do that just typing in Google cita previa extranjería or cita huellas TIE, and you have to select Navarra if you're in the Navarra campus. You can't do it in any other province. Well, you select Navarra, you select Avenida Guipúzcoa 40, and here you have to select the option Policía, trámite de huellas, expedición de tarjetas de larga duración. That's the option you have to select. And for the fingerprint appointment, well, I don't know if you're gonna remember this, but if not, remember it's all on our website. You're gonna need a form EX17. Type it on Google, EX17. That's the same form you need to fill in the first time you applied for your TIE. You're gonna need the resolución favorable. You need to take your passport with you, your expired TIE, the empadronamiento. If you have changed, well, the empadronamiento, you only need to bring the empadronamiento if you have changed your residence since the time you uploaded the documents from the time you are gonna go to your fingerprint appointment. If not, you don't have to bring the empadronamiento. Also, a recent photo, and you have to pay the fee. Remember, I told you there were two fees, one for presenting the documents for renewal, and one for getting your TA card. And last, you need to take the email of the confirmation of the appointment. Okay, remember the fingerprint appointment is not at our office, it's at the police immigration office. It's located at Avenida Guipúzcoa 40, and well, it's over here. It looks like this, so that you know. And 1 month after your fingerprint appointment, you can pick up your TIE. For doing so, you must bring your expired TIE, your passport, and the resguardo de huellas. That's a document that they're gonna give it to you once you lay your fingerprints. So, is it necessary to renew the TIA every year? Well, it depends. We don't have a certain answer to this, but well, just the immigration office decides to grant to some students a permit for their entire duration of their degree. Others receive it for 2 years, while others unfortunately receive it for 1 year. So, well, to know this, you should check your TIA and check the date of expiration of your TIA. That's gonna tell you when you have to renew it. So when should you start renewing your TIA? You should start to renew it 60 days before it expires. You cannot do it any sooner. You can do it later, but we do recommend that you do it 60 days before it expires. So we recommend that if you have your TIA nearby, just take it out and look at the expiration date so that you know when you have to renew your TIA. So can I renew it after it has expired? Yes. As I told you, you have a period of time after it expires. You have 90 days after, but we do not recommend to wait until then. If let's say you want to renew it in the day 91, well, it's very likely that the immigration office will reject your process. Please don't wait that long. Just do it. And last and for all, who's responsible for renewing the TIA on time? It's not your parents, nor the University of Navarra or the International Relations Office, it's you. We can help you with anything you need, but well, the process is only between you and the Spanish government. So that's why you have to be responsible for this process. As a final advice, I will tell you to not follow all guidelines. As some requirements have changed over time, the best way to keep updated with the documents you're gonna need is to follow our guidelines at the Immigration UNAV web. If you scan this QR, you're gonna find all the documents you're gonna need for the renewal. And well, we're always eager to help you at the office or through email. If you have any questions at all, you can write at visa@unav.es and we'll be happy to help. So thank you so much. And I'm gonna see if there are any questions in the chat. I don't see that anyone has written anything, but